Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at this LIJIANI AM/FM NOAA emergency radio. Alright everybody, welcome back. Now if there's one thing that I found with all these kind of emergency wind-up type radios is that they really range wildly in price. Some of them can be, $40, $50, $60 and have the same features that one that's $20 or $30 has. And that's what I found with this one. I've been looking around for different types of little emergency radios. So I've been looking around for radios out here, and believe it or not, I don't have a NOAA weather radio. And this one kind of has the alert feature on it. I say kind of because I'll explain that to you in a bit. And I think that's kind of neat. I can keep it running, I can put it up on my shelf, and when there's bad weather coming, it will go off automatically. So, let me talk to you a little bit about this radio. Okay, when that alert is on it, it's going to sit in a silent state. You're going to tune it up to whatever weather frequency, if I could spit that out, you're going to be looking for. And then you're going to put it in the alarm mode and let it sit. And when an alert comes over that frequency, it will turn itself on and let you know there's an alert. So that's kind of a neat feature. There's no programming, there's no same codes, there's none of that. It's just really, really easy to do that way. And I like it. And it does pick up our one weather station out here pretty good. Like I've told people, AM reception out here is horrible. Never used to be, but it is now since a lot of the biggest stations cut their power down. And our old weather station, our old NOAA station, never really came in all that great. Now recently they've done some upgrades, so we do have decent NOAA coverage out here, but it's still not as good as, if you live in a big city or if you live in an area that's a little more populated. So with this cool little thing, it includes AAA batteries. You can put them in there. It's got a 2200 milliamp hour lithium battery. It's got a solar panel on top, and we all know these are great for kind of keeping it going, but they're going to take weeks to top it off. I mean, that's probably half a watt solar panel. It does have a light. It does have a USB 5-volt outlet. Okay, you have two of them actually, and you do have a little auxiliary port there for a speaker. You have the input here for charging, and you do have a little SD card right there if you want to listen to music on it. I don't currently have an SD card with music on it, but you get the idea. You can also do books on tape with it and stuff like that. So that's kind of neat. I really like the fact that it's a compact feeling. Now, it is plasticky. I will tell you that straight up. It feels very plasticky, okay? It's not junk, but it kind of feels like it. When you first take it out, you're like, But it works very, very well. So I'm really impressed with it so far. On the bottom here is where you'll put your AAA batteries. I just have this moved to the lithium-ion internal pack, but you can switch it to the, get over there, AAA batteries, and it will charge up, it will run off the batteries alone. So that's kind of neat too, to have that option to switch it back and forth. I have this currently on, just on the battery bank inside, which I've charged up. The light has two modes here. You can get flashing or steady on. To turn it on or off, you're going to just hold it long press, and it goes off. So it's a fairly simple radio to use. Your controls on the front are pretty simple. You've got your forward and reverse and play, and your jog button there for the card, so you can switch through with cards and see what you want. You've got your volume and your on and off. You've got AM, FM, weather band, and the alert. Now that's what I told you about the alert. When we tune this into our weather station, and this is rotary tuning, okay? There's no fancy stuff on here. You're just going to move the dial. It will be a little more difficult to tune in than a digital tuner because you're going to actually have to center it right on there, but it is rotary tuning. So you're going to find where your weather station is, and on the outside here you can see all the little markings, okay? And when it's on there, you're just going to move it over to alert. And when there's an alert, when something goes on, this radio will turn itself on. Really, really simple, easy to use. So I don't know about its AM reception in here. I may have to move it away from all the lights and electronics on this side of the garage studio. But we can take it outside too and see how that works. But I know the FM and the weather band reception is very, very impressive. So let's start out with the FM reception. I'm going to find a local FM talk station. I don't want to play music and get in trouble with YouTube, so I'm going to find a local FM talk station and let you hear what it sounds like. All right, so you can kind of listen to the...
What's in store this week at your local Staples? Bigger savings every day.
Nice sounding FM radio. All in all, pretty easy to tune on FM. I did have something there. But fairly easy to tune on FM. I want to be careful about where I'm tuning around.
Yeah. Take it with you and throw it out like my wife.
But that's what I mean. You have to be really precise with the tuning. If you let go, it could also take itself off frequency, so you don't want to do that. So, let's try it out now with the weather band. So there we are, 162.400. That's the band, the frequency out here that I can pick up with this the best. Let me let you listen to it for a second.
Occupational Safety and Health Administration recommends scheduling frequent rest breaks in shaded or air-conditioned environments.
Okay, whoop. Dropping my own radio. And yes, we do have a heat alert out here. So it does work very, very well. Now again, if I wanted to take this, say, and put it on the alert, and leave this alone, I just switch it over to alert. And you will see that flashing. And that lets me know that this is sitting here, and if there's an alert that goes off, a tornado alarm, whatever, that's going to turn on and give me the information. So I like the fact that it's easy to program. If any of you guys have done the weather alert radios where you have to put in your location and the same codes and all that, this is so much easier to do. The minute that tone comes on, it breaks the squelch, and boom, you're listening to the alert. And it is only for your local area. So if this is out of Las Vegas, which our weather is, it will get Las Vegas alerts as well as local alerts here about 60 miles outside of town. All right, let's move on to AM, and I'm going to see if I have to take it outside because it's probably not going to do well in here with the crummy AM reception we have to begin with any radio out here. Let's see if I can tune you in an AM station. All right, so you can barely hear what's coming in. It's really kind of staticky, and that is par for the course out here. It's not an exceptional AM radio, but out here, there's very, very little AM, and there's very, very little you can tune in. So without annoying you too much, I will turn off the static, but you get the idea. You see how well it works and how well it doesn't, so that gives you an idea of what we got going on there for AM, especially out here. Now, if you live in a city with a ton of AM stations, or a more populated area with a ton of AM stations, it'll work a whole lot better. Alright, so let me give you some information on the radio itself. You can recharge this 5 different ways. You've got the crank, the solar, the batteries, whatever, or you can plug it in. You can recharge it a bunch of different ways. You do have a very nice little light on the end here. And for AM and FM radio, of course out here I can't really demo the AM, but it seems to be a pretty decent radio. The FM comes in very nice and clear, and the speaker, well, a small speaker, does have a decent sound to it. It's not going to be stereo, but it definitely works pretty well. Let's show you what you get in the box. You're going to get a user's manual. This does come with a light, which I think is kind of cool. Let me plug that in and demo it for you. So you do have a little bit of like a lamp kind of thing here. So if I wanted to tune this in late at night, I'd be able to see what I'm doing. I think that's kind of cool. Even though I don't have the radio turned on, it will still automatically work. So this is a bit of a power bank as well. But I think I just like it better for the light. That's kind of cool in and of itself. So it does come with a little light, and it does come with a recharging cable for your battery inside there, your 2,000 milliamp hour battery, and a standard mini USB cord. The manual is actually pretty helpful. It's not in what we like to call Chinglish. It's actually pretty helpful, and all in all, pretty neat little setup. It runs about $27.90, so you figure $28. Really not all that bad. You've got your NOAA bands are 162.400, 162.425, 162.450, 162.475, 162.50, and 162.525. You can continuously tune through there. That is kind of neat on there. But nothing's going to be where it's not supposed to be on the weather bands. Those are the frequencies it covers. It is continuously tunable all the way through from 162.4 to 162.55. Your AM through FM is, your AM band is 520 through 1710, and your FM is 87 through 108. All in all, neat little unit. Not too bad on the price. Would be nice to have as a backup. Would be nice to have as, like I'm going to use it out here, just a weather radio when I want to know what's going on. I know people will be like, oh, you can take your Baofeng HT or your radio over there and tune it into, the weather band, but I like to have a dedicated radio for that and not tie up one of my ham radios with listening to the weather band. So that's kind of why I did this. It's kind of neat. It does have an SOS alarm, and the neat part about this SOS alarm is there's not a bunch of things you have to go through. I've done so many of these radios where it's like, hold this button, turn this to the left twice, and stand on your head once and it'll go off. No, this one's real simple. That's it. The neat part about that is, look at the situation we're seeing in Florida with that building collapse. Let's say you survived that ride down and you're in that pile somewhere, you're still alive. What's a whole lot easier, screaming and yelling Or if you happen to have this nearby, which is, you know, kind of a slim chance, but if you do, you can turn this on. So it's really good for search and rescue. It'd be something I'd toss in my backpack maybe if I was going out on my scooter or an ATV or something. And that way, if search and rescue is looking for you and you're broke down somewhere, injured, all you do is turn that on. That will run for about 6 hours. So that's not too bad. The crank is very usable. You know, it's not a weird feeling crank. It's very smooth. You know how sometimes you do these and they're like, you know, this one's nice and smooth. You just go right through it, no problem at all. So definitely cool little addition there. You do have an antenna for FM, and you cannot move the solar panel around a little, but it's right on top there, so that should be giving you enough to at least keep you topped off. And like I said, you got AAAs or the internal lithium ion on the bottom. So for about 28 bucks, you're getting a decent little AM/FM radio. Unfortunately, I have no real way to demo AM out here. It's a bummer, but it's just how it is. We just don't have much in AM anymore. After 720 cut their power, that's what we got. So unfortunately, I really can't demo much on the AM band. But I would not buy this as an AM hi-fi radio. Heck no. If I really had a station I wanted to listen to on AM, I'd probably use an external loop antenna, you know, one of those little magnetic loop antennas that I showed you, and a better radio. Because this isn't going to do it. You know, it's going to get local AM stations in as you need them. So definitely a cool little setup. I really like it. It's very convenient. You know, not too big, not too heavy at all. You do have a strap for a lanyard, although I didn't get a lanyard with it, but that's no big deal because I never use lanyards anyway. So that is the LIJIANI AM/FM NOAA emergency radio. Like I said, 28 bucks. I'll put the link down below. You can check it out and see. By all means, if this doesn't suit your needs, keep looking. I mean, you know, I just think it would be kind of neat for me, for a personal level. I'm going to be using this just for that. And I may even, eventually, stick a little music SD card in there and be able to listen to music. But you see, I'm kind of spoiled because I got XM radio up here, the Sirius XM. I have one of the old receivers that had the big boom box you stuck the receiver in. And I can kind of listen to whatever I want. So really, this is just going to be for monitoring the weather bands. All in all, nice little radio. And not too expensive. And I do like this little feature. I've seen these for sale alone, 14 bucks at some of our local shows and stuff. So you're getting a pretty good deal altogether. Anyway, folks, that's the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out this link down below, as well as our Amazon affiliate store. We got tons of stuff in there. I am noticing a lot of folks buying a lot of storage food lately, so you may want to get moving on that. And if you're interested in storage food, we have freeze-dried wholesalers down below that link. That link there, you click that link, you'll save 15% just for clicking that link. That's all you got to do. We have our My Patriot Supply link, which is preparewithiridium.com, and our Thrive Life freeze-dried store. If you're interested in getting started and trying out some Thrive Life food, check them out. Really good food, really healthy, and not too bad on the cost-wise either, and there's nothing to join. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.